After spending more than 100 hours with Arthur, we get reminded that this is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. Arthur's story is over, but John's is still going. This is Red Dead Redemption 2's Epilogue.
That was close. Too close. We brought that trouble on ourselves.
I was raised to take a man at his word, and also to believe this is a free country. So free that I can't tell you what to think. So I guess it don't much matter what you believe.
Look at this tough guy.
Get out of here.
How fancy pants get, he's paying you to be tough for him, huh?
No, he's paying me to keep the place clean.
Oh.
Said he had some problems with vermin.
You know that woman of yours got the look of a woman ain't had a real ride in her life. She's gotta make do with some piss-poor stinking farmhand. Hey, tell her I'll let her in my seats.
I'm gonna go into the story and then start talking about everything I didn't like about the epilogue, so skip to the time you see on screen right now if you don't want a recap of everything. Consisting of 23 story missions, Red Dead 2's Epilogue continues John's story. Think of it as Red Dead 1.5. It bridges the gap between Red Dead 2 and Red Dead 1. But does it do a good job? Yeah, it does a pretty good job. Epilogue Part 1 sees John 8 years later. He wants to live a simpler life as a farmhand with his family, shoveling shit, milking cows, and cleaning up the vermin. Playing all this right after seeing Arthur die one of the saddest deaths is a little weird if I'm being honest. Like, give us some fucking time to grieve, but overall I like the Epilogue Part 1. It's slow, but it needs to be. It's nice seeing John taking care of his family and everyone getting along. And we also meet up back with Sadie and Uncle. We get a loan from the bank to build Beecher's Hope, John's house from the original game. Once here, we get into Epilogue Part 2. We go to Saint Denis to meet Charles, and he helps us build the house. To get the money, John and Sadie do bounty hunting work. And after some time, John's family comes back. John spends some time bonding with them, and then American Venom happens, and then the story ends. It's a short summary, but the epilogue was short in general. There was actually another mission with Jack, but it was cut. I feel that the epilogue should have been at least a little longer to show John and his family, but it's great the way it is. So why is the video titled What's Wrong with Epilogue? Well, like everything else leading up to Red Dead 1. My biggest problem is John himself. I think everyone knows this, but Rockstar really screwed up his look. His face, his body type, to even his outfit. This isn't a problem for people on PC since they can just use mods, but for us console players, we have to play with this version of the character. But why does he look weird? Well, for one, this isn't even John. Rockstar just put John's face over Arthur's body. John has the same shoulder width than Arthur. You can tell John is a lot skinnier than Arthur, but it just doesn't look natural with Arthur's body plopped on like that. But it wasn't a problem from the start. Promo pictures showed John looking way better than he does in game right now. Why Rockstar put John's face on Arthur's body is still a mystery. I don't know coding, but maybe it's possible they had a problem with porting John's body over to Epilogue. Maybe it caused glitches or there was other problems. I don't know, but if I was a multi-billion-dollar company, I could probably fix a simple thing like this. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe they had to rush this part, but it didn't mean they can't fix this now. It's going on 5 years and John still got Arthur's hair and not his famous dark brown, greasy hair that we all know him to have. Instead, we get all Arthur's hair options, but black for John. And I like the variety, but can we at least get his original hair as an option? He also didn't have blue eyes in Red Dead 1. Yes, the most simple detail, his eye color wasn't even right. I know I seem like a nerd complaining, but Jesus man, you can't have him looking like an ogre. I think this picture shows the difference pretty well. For one, John's nose in the first game is a lot bigger and more spread out across his face. I think the eyes are worse though. You can tell John's eyes are a lot more squinted in the first game. It really isn't John Marston, Micah. It wasn't just John they did dirty though. New Austin and some of West Elizabeth feels like shelves of their former selves. We all know that you can't go there as Arthur. It's only possible to go there in Epilogue or online. And even these places don't feel right. Everything feels so lifeless. Armadillo is stripped down to fit in with some story about the strange man haunting the town, but it's not just Armadillo. It's Manzanita Post, Thieves Landing, McFarland's Ranch, Fort Mercer, Rathskeller's Fork, all having either entire buildings or interiors missing from the game. People online have even created Project New Austin just to restore it. It's very underutilized because it doesn't really make sense for John to even be there, since it was a plot point that it was John's first time there in Red Dead 1. So I think it could have been cool to add more to this area with a DLC. Maybe a new character with 25 missions where we study the Old West or something like that. I don't know, but if GTA 4 did it, why can't we have it here? Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is the entire country of Mexico is just gone from Red Dead 2. The only thing that's there now is the El Pricio building. The whole thing is just basically one big texture from Red Dead 1. The funny thing is that we still have ambient music from Mexico. But sadly, all the other ambient tracks from Red Dead 1 ain't here. One of my favorite things about the original game is the ambient music. It feels so lonely and eerie, and it fits so well with the tone of the game. It feels like a 1960s western and a 1970s horror movie at the same time. It has the same vibe, you know what I mean? But yeah, all that music was cut from Red Dead 2. It wasn't just the music that I felt was missing, it was the look of New Austin itself. In the first game, everything looked kinda gray and yellow, and I think it fit well. And in Red Dead 2, everything kinda looked orange and green. Obviously, it depends what your saturation level is at, but you know what I mean. Red Dead 1 just had a different feel that Red Dead 2 can't recreate. And if you want a good looking John Marston, you need mods. And that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Click on screen now to watch another Waxy video. See ya.